Well, in Edo State, some residents and members of civil society groups embarked on a peaceful protest around major streets in Benin City, the state capital, taking their demands for a better Nigeria, including security within the state and on the highways, to the government house. The deputy governor of the state, who addressed the crowd, assured them of the state's commitment to democracy and a secure Edo State.
We concede very strongly that security is one of the items. Thank you very much, sir. We concede very seriously that security is one of the items on the exclusive list. And as such, it is within the precinct of the federal government to provide security. I commend the state for the vigilante that have been put in perspective. But we want to advocate that the insecurity on the highways, where from people are dying on a daily basis. Our farmers can no longer go to the farm. Our people can no longer travel. And we need to evaporate from Benin to go to my village. I cannot for fear of insecurity. Deputy Governor, we also know that you also pass through that road. And you know what it feels, even in the heart of your own security. We want to advocate that whereas the federal government is paying lip service, or whereas the federal government are paid, we came out this morning, we noticed that the number of securities we have on the street of Ring Road is more than the number of protesters. What that presupposes, therefore, that we have the sufficient manpower to engage this system if truly they want to. They are well dressed, well on the Ring Road. But whereas on the highway, when you go there, you meet scanty individuals. Those who are sent to the highway on the basis of posting, those who do not like their face. The time to take it very serious. We must not wait until a commissioner of police is killed on that highway. We must not wait until a serving member of government is killed on that highway before this matter is taken very, very, very seriously.
The issue of security, we are also saying, just like you have said, that in the constitution that is about to be amended, there should be state police, should be in our law. And not just state police, we should also have, like they have in America, county police. So you have the federal police, you have the state police, you have the local community police. So at the end of the day, you discover that everybody is carried along, because the real policing is at the community level. If the communities are secured, the entire state and the entire country are secured. But beyond just having policemen and having POWOP, having vigilante, the main security is to create enabling environment for private sector to come and drive the economy, for our teeny unemployed youth to be gainfully
against bad governance and the state of the nation as Nigeria marks its Democracy Day. Despite the heavy presence of security officials, the group continued towards the Ganifa Park in Ojota, which has become one of the major rally grounds for protests in the state. Initially, police officers get into the crowd to engage the protesters and dissuade them from proceeding towards Ojota. But nothing was going to stop the protesters.
I'm ACP. I'm area commander. I know where you are. Where you are is under. I don't want anybody to get.
Their reluctance prompted the next action from police officers, who responded by firing tear gas to disperse the demonstrators. Shortly after that, security operatives took full control of the Ojota environs to prevent any more convergence of protesters. In no time, the roads became scanty and the Ganifa Park empty due to the heavy security presence as men of the Rapid Response Squad patrolled the area. Police trucks, Hilux vehicles and surveillance helicopters were also deployed to maintain order in the area. Ahead of the Democracy Day celebration in Nigeria, security has been on high alert across many states in the country as authorities warned against agitations capable of threatening the peace of the country.
Good evening and welcome to Iyusayi OT TV. I am Iyusayi Okunayi Trust. Yesterday, June 12, 2021, all over Nigeria that was supposed to be celebrated as Democracy Day instead was used for protest all over Nigeria. All citizens all over Nigeria in different locations, places like Edo State, Even the deputy governor of Edo State, he joined protesters to protest in Nigeria, also in Port Harcourt, in Lagos, and other places, even in London. Protests took place all over these places in Nigeria to protest that BUHARI must go and democracy must be practiced in Nigeria. So the government tried their best to put in vain the effort of protesters, yet the protesters did not give up. There were police seen in their entourage, in their vans, and even war helicopter were flying over the protesters. Here are some of the videos that took place in different locations as carried by different news media.
On June 12, the police on Saturday shot tear gas to disperse protesters in the Gudu area of Abuja and Ojota area of Lagos. Some were also arrested by the police. Similar protests were held across the country and different parts of the world on Saturday, calling for an end to insecurity, among other demands. Meanwhile, police officials sealed off the Unity Fountain, where protesters embarked to mark this year's Democracy Day in Abuja. Notwithstanding, a pro-BUHARI group gathered outside the Unity Fountain to mark the day with a solidarity march, insisting that the federal government is doing its best to protect the country's democracy. Staying with events on Democracy Day, President Muhammadu Buhari, in his nationwide broadcast, said he remains resolute in his commitment to establishing a sustainable democratic culture and to see that Nigeria remains a country for each and every one of us. The president
join you to say democracy must go with freedom of speech. Yes. And at the end of the day, all of us together will have a date with history. And our fallen heroes, the like of Ramson Kuti, Ganifa Ami, that deaths will not be in vain.
We are trying to cry to the world that what we practice in Nigeria is far compared to what we read and study in school.
Low turnout of residents characterized the protests in Port Harcourt, capital of Rivers State. After hours of waiting for a large crowd to converge, those present began their procession.
One of the reasons why he was elected into office is because he promised Nigerians he's going to provide security. He promised Nigerians he's going to make sure the killing in the different parts of this country will stop.
I've gone around River State, Port Harcourt in particular, and that place. My DPs are going around too, and I observe that there is no disturbance in River State. There is no demonstration at all. What you can see is a small rally.
Delta State was a different story as residents went about their business freely.
It is business as usual in Delta State here and in the state capital. No protest whatsoever in the state.
The police made their presence felt as a warning of its readiness to resist any breakdown of law and order. Despite that, some residents still call for a better governed nation.
You know, the primary aim of government is the welfare and security of its citizens. But if you take note, you will find out that Nigerian government, federal and state, has failed the citizens over and over again when it comes to provision of security, when it comes to giving welfare to the youth.
There's nothing democratic worth celebrating today. People are dying. In short, Nigerians are being buried like animals every day. They carry dead bodies, they wrap them in mass and they throw them into pits. Today we count 20, tomorrow we count 30, and it's becoming a normal.
There is a relative calm in Yenagoa as there is no sign of any protest at the planned venue at Stombia roundabout.
This is a democracy.
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 democracy.
This is a democracy.
This is a democracy.
This is a democracy.
I want to speak.
Speak.
I want to express myself.
Express yourself.
The reason why we are gathered here today is because today is Democracy Day.
Yes.
Today is June 12th Day.
Yes.
It's a day that many people sacrifice their lives. Many people like Chief MJ Abiola, Kudurat Abiola, Pa Anthony Enahoro, Afe Riwanu, and several other people sacrifice their life for the democracy we are enjoying today. Today we have a situation in our country where protesters are attacked, where people are killed on a daily basis. Look at how innocent people are killed in Zamfara. Look at how innocent people are killed in Kebbi. Look at how innocent people are killed in Kaduna. Look at how innocent people are being killed in the southeast. We say this is unacceptable in a democracy. And as such, we must collectively unite against the tyrants who are currently in power. For us, we believe that the irreducible minimum in a democracy is the ability of the citizens to express their grievances, to speak on issues, and to canvass arguments. So I will be allowing my brother and friend Omayele Sowore and other people to also join us and speak. Thank you.
Freedom cometh by struggle.
Freedom
by struggle, by struggle.
Freedom
cometh by struggle.
by struggle, by struggle.
Freedom cometh by struggle.
Freedom by struggle,
by struggle.
Freedom.
Must go.
Must go. Must go. Must go. Must go. Justice! Buhari must go! Reject the king! Buhari must go! Stop injustice! Buhari must go! Buhari must go! Reject the king! Stop injustice! Buhari must go! Buhari must go! Buhari must go! Buhari must go! Peace and justice! Buhari must go! Buhari must go! Buhari must go! Buhari must go!
President Muhammadu Buhari has not shown us that he's a father and he's a leader. He has demonstrated a high level of inhuman to the Nigerians. And we are simply saying, if he is not capable of ruling us, of leading us, he should simply resign and go. Because there is high level of insecurity. As we all know, security is the paramount thing to any citizen. We have no security in the country. High level of banditry, high level of kidnappings, high level of corruption and all. We have never had it worse.
minutes into the protest, policemen arrived at the scene. They pulled the trigger and fired tear gas canisters at the protesters who take to their heels. It looks like a victory for the police, but for these protesters, it's another travesty on a democracy day. Meanwhile, motorists plying the Mararaba-Nyanya road are witnessing heavy gridlock as military personnel mount checkpoints in the area. Emperor Simon.
By struggle, freedom come, by struggle, freedom come, by struggle, freedom come. Sorry, we were got it by struggle, freedom come, by struggle, by struggle.
He promised Nigerians is going to make sure the killing in the different part of this country will stop. Surprisingly, from the north to the west, to the south, even down here in River State, where we reside, selling of body parts is becoming a new trade. In fact, as I speak to you, some communities in Andoni is sacked on near daily basis in Ogoni. People are being killed by gang warlords, and yet we have a president that controls man and material, and yet he is not doing anything. We are saying that if he cannot provide security for Nigerians, we are saying that BUHARI must go. We are saying that ours is a constitutional democracy, and that all of us must subject ourselves to the rules of law. No matter who you are, no matter how powerful you are, no matter how strong you are, no matter how rich you are, it is expected in a democracy that everybody must surely subject himself to the dictates of the law. But we have even seen where this government have violated several court orders, and have refused to allow the courts to have breathing space. We are saying that for this government to allow for democratic processes to follow, we are saying that BUHARI must go. We are further saying that one of the tests of democracy is elections. During the last election, some months to the election, we had the amended Electoral Act. The president said it was too short for him to sign, even when the electoral empire had said, we are ready, we can go. But because of self-serving interests, because of the interest of a few ruling elite, they refused to sign. Even now, we are still calling for further reform of the electoral process, because anybody who emerges from that election is going to rule me. Therefore, we expect a free and fair elections. But because the president has refused to attend to the issues of electoral reforms, we are saying that BUHARI must go. We are equally saying that our constitution has expired. It does not serve our interests. We are saying that this constitution is not a constitution made by Nigerians, like it was made by military dictators. For us, that the argument that the constitution is we is not correct. We are therefore saying that since the president cannot call Nigerians together and say that let's discuss on a way to create a brand new country by way of a brand new constitution, we are saying that BUHARI must go.
I've gone around River State, Port Harcourt in particular, and that place. My DPs are going around too, and I observe that there is no disturbance in River State. There is no demonstration at all. What I see is a small rally, and they have finished. They finished talking, and it was peaceful. No disruption and nothing. And they are about to leave it before I met them here. So River State is calm. It's very peaceful. They are very good people. I thank them.
Our future! Our future!
opportunity to tell the whole world, all conscientious people in the world, that today, June 12, 2021, young people of conscience, inspired by the NSAS movement, inspired by insecurity, inspired by the maleconomics in Nigeria, inspired by the high rate of corruption in Nigeria, inspired by the high rate of violence in Nigeria, inspired by the fact that there is a bad tyranny, there is a gruesome tyranny, there is a tragic tyranny being imposed by the All Progressive Congress-led government of President Muhammadu Buhari, which is causing the Twitter ban, which is causing the unnecessary arrest of protesters. We want to say today that we want to put it on record. We started marching at exactly 8:30 a.m. this morning at Ojota, where journalists were massively present, and we were in our hundreds. Police officers and special armed forces led by ACP Tunde Adeniro came to attack us. ACP Tunde Adeniro, they came to attack us. It's Obogudu police station. They came to attack us after attacking us with tear gases, and they saw that we did not run. They started shooting live bullets at us. We left the place and we reconvened after 35 minutes. While we reconvened, somebody called Zulu Authority, a thug of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Team Lagos, the greatest Nigerian people. I want you to know that Team Lagos is the association of established thugs, association of government thugs in the whole of Lagos, from Ikeja to Lagos Island, from Ikeja to Obalende, from Badagry to Bega. Zulu Authority led a combined forces of thugs and cult groups to foment violence on protesters today. But we spoke to them. We told them that in our conscience, in our consciousness, we know that they do not enjoy 1% of what we enjoy. Both in fighting for our self-rights and both in fighting for the accumulation of the real rights that we deserve as a people, as a working youth. And when we spoke to them, they continued in their charade. They continued in their madness. We then decided to move all the way from Ojota down to this place. Unhindered, unhampered, peaceful, united, energetic. And when we got to this place, we started singing. As you know, Fela's bust and MKO Abiola's bust are here. Both of them are great heroes of our history, greater than any of the elements in government today. And so while we were here, a combined forces led by the RRS, Yinka Egbeyemi, came with about 16 vans and fully armed. But when they came and they saw that we were still united and we didn't run, they spoke to us. And they told us that they understand and they have seen that we have been so peaceful. And they said we should continue our rally. It is not that we took any permission from them, but they conceded to the voice of reason. Yes! I want to ask all protesters to give 3 gbosas for themselves. It is in this spirit that we want to put on notice to the world that we will continue to organize, we will continue to mobilize. Our 14-point demands are very clear. We don't want Twitter banned. Instead, we want to ban all the lying elements in Nigeria. From Lai Mohammed, to Malami, to Pantami, to bandits, to headmen, to terrorists, to shipmasters, and the rest. It is on this note that we want to sing in unity together. When people take over seas, when people take over seas, all of us are
Tell me why I no go para. This way I dey see, they make me dey para. But I don't fool. No good road. Traffic up and down, no solution. Even though the youth around me, they are not safe again. Me by myself, but I'm not safe again. Going to work is not more safe. Police grabbing us up and down, we are not safe. Nigeria, we must be safe and we must have our freedom.
Ace Burns, that's ACEBURNS. I'm a musician and a Black Lives Matter movement activist from New York City. I joined the June 12th protest in solidarity with the Nigerian youth so that we can have Twitter again, so that we can have free and fair elections, so that we can have a rebirth of the Nigeria that was, the rebirth of my father's Nigeria, my great-grandfather's Nigeria. When the youth and the people made this the greatest country in the world, it can be so again. That's why I'm here. This is the song I wrote. It's called Everyone's a Criminal. Everyone's a criminal. I'm just catching criminal. He said I'm a criminal. Better not say what you say. Everyone's a criminal. I'm just catching criminal. He said I'm a criminal. Better not say what you say. What's in that booty for? What's in that booty for? What's in that booty for? Better not say when you say.
So where we are is just an opening office between Allen roundabout and just along that road. Yes, you see them on the road by MTN office. Just by MTN office. Yeah.
And when we are doing that, we want to sing that not so, we do a minimum. And salute and we go. Whether you like or you don't like, after you listen to the song, whether you like or you don't like, listen to the song. If you like to do, if you don't like to watch, if you like to go, if you don't like to watch, if you like to go live, you like nothing.
Let's go. Some of them are 50 shades of grey. Grey hair. All of them grey. Miami is illegal. Miami is illegal. All of them they are not illegal. And you see the number one terrorist is Pantami. Wait, Lai Mohammed was the snake that tricked him in the Garden of Eden.
But wait though, how persuasive Nigeria going to rule this country? It makes sense. I want my bill to pay the chemistry at 13 naira. No policy about that. Bag of price 50,000. But it was okay. This is not crazy.
I want to talk to you. Tell me why you are protesting today.
Well, I'm protesting against insecurity in Nigeria, the killing in Igbo's land, especially in my state, Enugu State, and also the armed robbery, the bandits, and everything that's going on right now. I'm protesting because as a lady, I am no longer safe to work, even in the daytime or in the afternoon or at any time, because the armed robbery, the killing, and kidnapping everywhere is getting too much, and I can't stand it anymore. That's why I'm protesting today. Thank you.
Police were shooting at us basically. Then we left, we marched from Ojota down here for the government, for the agents of the government and the government itself to know that we are hungry. We are really angry. If not, we don't think we have the strength. On enough, they can't ask anybody to walk from Ojota here without anything. But we walk down. We don't even know before we go here. So we are hungry. We are hungry at everything that's happening in this country. We are having Buhari. We want Buhari to leave us alone because we don't know what Buhari is going to gain all what he's doing to his citizens.
All right.
So Buhari, let me listen and listen good. You want you to go. Buhari, you must go. Yes, you must leave us. You have to go. Leave us in peace. Leave us in peace and go back to Daura. We don't need you anymore. Your father we are tired. Hungry don't kill us for Nigeria. We don't want you no more. Go.
No. Only for Nigeria now. Don't see president for yesterday no. He go 3 days holiday. And scam now. I cannot scam. Even our federal government said they do us Yahoo. Our government and them be the biggest Yahoo. Then they arrest small boys say they be Yahoo boys. They don't know say them be Yahoo. Think of it like Yahoo. Our money where they keep for outside country we dey collect o. You know be Yahoo. Our money where they keep for them. Everybody when I remember this doctor, when we say no, we say no.
I only children and they enjoy. That was why must another challenge you, double challenge you, another challenge you, another challenge you, another challenge you, double challenge you, another challenge you.
To protest, it's not about trying to protest. Today, is threatening now in his world. Nigeria, you can see, he will use water color on us.
We are not coming outside.
Move like this. Move like this. Move like this. Behind the banner. Behind the banner. Behind the banner. A woman that is part of me. So I can't just put my hand and leave Mr. Buhari to take control of the state of jeopardy. This is a government that promised not change in 2015. Up to date, insecurity is there, stagnation is there. I was arrested a few months ago. I was tortured. I went through pain.
Police have commenced shooting. They started shooting tear gas. The police have started at 9:40 a.m. The police have started. They started.
They started shooting. Can you see? Later they will tell us this is Photoshop. This is not Photoshop. You cannot see.
They have started charging and shooting tenders are not at all. Only they shoot now. They know they shoot now.
Fire! Oh, the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Julia Dendino.
I'm recording, please.
You can all hear the sound. You can all hear the sound. They are shooting at all. I hear police shooting. They are shooting at all. We are demanding for our rights. They are shooting at all. With no weapon. They are shooting at all.
Can you imagine what is going on in Nigeria? We are protecting our country. Our policemen, they are shooting against us. What's going on, my policemen? Please fight for our rights. Now what's that?
Oh, don't use WhatsApp. Don't use WhatsApp.
Actually protesting. Losing it. This is what they are doing.
Basura!
Incoming!
People hate him.
The police have chased the protesters into the streets, shooting heavily. They've started arresting some of the protesters. The police have started. He's a journalist. He's my colleague. He's my colleague. He's a journalist. Officer, he's my colleague. He's a journalist. He has an identity card. He's a journalist. He is a journalist. He has an identity card. He is a journalist. He is a journalist.
We wrote an open letter to the commission, and he accepted it.
Now, if you don't listen to me, water cannon will come and disperse you. I don't want that. My name is Tudia. I'm ACP. I'm area commander. I know where you are. Where you are. I know. But I don't want anybody to go. I'm going to give you protection. Listen to me. I'm ready to provide security for you people here. At that some guys want to adjust the process. Listen, by the time you come, you can't stop them again. We can't stop them, and we're able to identify those who are legal, organized protests. Apart from these hoodlums, their own is to cause mayhem. What happened the other time to happen in Lagos? And we have to social here, I'm ready to stay with you. Okay. Do your thing here and disperse. Give me that honor.
Have their guns. All we have is our voice. We have our voices, and they want to take that away from us. So the government, this current administration that we are in now, do not even want any form of criticism. They do not want people to speak. There's nothing more to it than dictatorship.
One of the things you mentioned is that the fear of the protest being hijacked, like you explained for the cancers. Do you think that's a possible?
The protest being hijacked. There are some people already in Abuja that are campaigning, that are protesting for BUHARI. Right now in Abuja, there are some pro-BUHARI supporters, some pro-government supporters saying, say Baba, we love what he's doing. Why are those ones not disturbing the peace?
Thank you for watching. USAYOT TV, and please subscribe to this channel for more updates and click the notification button. In case there are a new update, you will get a notification about new update of this channel. That's bye for now.